All right, today was absolutely crazy. Now, there have been bigger days, but I think we haven't had a day like today in months. I might be wrong, but I think so. DXY, we start off with that. I always start off with that. It's the chronology I follow. I thought we'd bounce around here. Already, I'm surprised we came down this much. That I couldn't foresee, but I did feel like this is the last stand, right? It's the last support until it's like, I don't know, down here, prior. That's just too much. So it doesn't surprise me. Plus, on a day like today, you wouldn't expect the dollar to go down too much. Flight to safety. Everything got crushed today. So let's see. We're supposed to bounce a bit more. Maybe we go back to 105.5. But who cares? Who cares? The DXY doesn't really impact us at all. It doesn't impact anything really. Yields, not crazy. Yields go down because everyone's buying bonds because of fear, but just kind of middle of the road, not really at resistance, not really at support. I guess it makes sense they're down. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Does the market route continue? That's something. Okay, so yields. Look at the 2 year. Actually, that's leading the charge down. That's interesting. Down we go back down here, and then hmm, rate cuts. Well, if the market keeps going down, to be honest, I feel like Trump doesn't care too much, at least compared to his first term, about the markets. He was going on about how many new highs we were doing every day. Today, I mean, yeah, this term, I feel like he's got certain strategic objectives, peace, cutting spending, and the market going up and up. I don't even think he minds too much if the market goes down. I mean, they elected him despite the market going up with Biden because he knows that everyone knew that the market going up was fictitious and there were serious problems fundamentally, and he's there to fix them or try to fix them. So I don't think you can count on Trump's emotion to save the market because it's funny to watch everyone squeal and want the market to go up, including us, right? I've said it many times when market really crashes, our stocks go down too, and even gold, which initially could have a bit of a pump, flight to safety. Then in the end, everything gets sold as people just want to raise cash, and gold stocks are no exception there. So here's one thing, right? I know normally I move to gold and silver, but the market, S&P, we bounced here, and I thought that made sense because look, it's prior resistance, and we closed here on Friday. I don't even really know why we went down today. I mean, there are a few. I don't know. I'm not too sure, right? It wasn't even, can't say it's technical because we ended quite well. I would have thought, and I said it, maybe go to 580 and then sell off and then we'll see. But I expected a bit of green today, or certainly not an open at the low of Friday and then just flush down. But the point is, the close is pretty bad. I mean, we bounced. We didn't close at low of day, but this is a candle that confirms a breakdown, right? If we go up, I mean, 565 will be resistance. We can go lower. We can go down 540 on the S&P, and that's another 2, 3, 4% down move. So it ain't over. We didn't close at low of day, but Dow Jones, that's kind of near support. That's one thing maybe. Interesting how it touched that. Russell's always weaker, but that's near support, kind of. I don't know. All right, and it's also about these mega cap stocks, the Nvidias that have flushed, the Tesla, which I'm in, smashed 15% by the way. The Magnificent Seven, I'm not going to go through all of them, but they're not exactly hitting support. So it doesn't take much for one or two of them to start selling off, and then the whole market goes down and it's domino effect. The market just got smashed though. All right, let's go to gold and silver, which, to be honest, after seeing everything else, and I haven't even shown you the crazy ones, but gold is just chilling at the top. Went down a bit, not much. Silver, honestly, silver on a day like today. Wait, let me just finish current gold. Nothing to say. It's just sort of, where's your nearest support? Okay, fine. Support is down here. If we have another crazy day, it's possible that we go down and test maybe here, 2,850, or maybe 2,830, but that's nothing. Nothing. We have so much support. And then we have this prior resistance. That will be support on the way down. Then, okay, this doesn't count. These are old lines. This, not really. By then, it's the ascending. So you got one, 2,800, and you could even say 2,850, 2,830, 2,800, and then depends how long it takes, but this ascending, which should be extremely strong support. And if you lose that, you've got this. This is gold is super strong, and it's not going down. It's only going down because everything else is going down. So it's not like it's just started a sell-off because of some grand change in the thesis. It's good. Silver, not bad for a day like today. You can see resistance, this descending. I mean, that's obviously resistance, right? That's incredibly obvious. You could even say 32.50 now is a bit. But if there's a reversal day tomorrow, it will probably be right back up to 32.60. Just as gold, by the way, if there's a reverse, we'll probably start hitting 2,900 in a bit, probably go right through 2,900 very early on. So gold, no problem, no problem. And I even feel like peace is priced in because everyone knows peace is top of the agenda. So when peace is announced, maybe gold goes down, but not too much. So just in case anyone was wondering whether peace is priced in, I think it is. We hit 32, we bounced off that, nothing crazy. If we go lower, we got this ascending. And if we break ascending, I feel like this horizontal will be just as much. Maybe we go down, basically 31, right? So I don't know if the ascending will hold, and if it doesn't, 31 should. But I don't know. I'm not sure what to expect tomorrow. I'll let the chart do it. But silver's okay. Down, how much is down? One and a bit. Honestly, for the S&P being down 3%, that's pretty good, I think. Miners, now they got hit, but if you remember where the S&P is making new lows, like losing its support, we've just, I mean, remember Friday, we basically had a great day. Yes, we came down. We kind of had to. First of all, if there's a bounce, we're going to go straight back up to 41.5. Here I'm looking at GDX, and we'll be as good as we were on Friday close. At a certain point, I still think that'll be a bit of resistance because market will also hit resistance. If we go down, this is your support, basically, as you see, 38.5 and 42 on the way up ish. I'm in the middle of the road, so it's kind of, I don't want to say it's a nothing day because it's a big down day, right? It's down like 3% or something, not even now. It's a down day, but it's not too bad, actually. And some of the stocks, we'll take a look at them, the Newmonts, the Barracks, the Agnico Eagles, Franco Nevada, Wheaton, they had like, some of them were unchanged, and that's pretty impressive. Right, GDXJ, that's that's what you expect. That's a bit of a down day. That's 4 and a bit%. That's where you see the difference between the seniors and the juniors. They're not completely juniors. But again, middle of the road. Resistance is all the way up here, 52.5 or 52 realistically. And on the way down, 47.5. And we're just in the middle. So another down day, we're down here again. But by then, the market's hit new lows. We are outperforming the market still. Okay, GDXJ didn't have such a good day, but still, just relative to where we are on the chart locally, I think it's all right. Let's check out SILJ. Yeah, that's the weakest one. Still not at the bottom, but it's such a shame we had good momentum. It's only and I said this, only the market could mess up our momentum, and it did. And SIL, same thing. Basically, they're all doing the same thing. They're in the middle of their, between the top and the lower end support resistance. So middle of the road. Let's see if the market bounces, we're going to go straight back up. So, all right, let's check out. God, sea of red. Some of these look really bad, but well, it doesn't look very good from there. All right, Newmont underperforming, you could say, right? If we're looking at GDX, it's a little closer to the lower end, just a little bit. But you can see support resistance is clearly 44. That's going to be hard to close above. You need a really good market up day and gold to outperform, to end up closing higher than it was on Friday, for example. So 44 is clear resistance. It's going to be hard to close above 44 in one day. In one day, if the market starts to bounce crazy, then yeah, very easy. Support will be 41, 41, 44. Very simple. Um, yeah, and that candle there on Friday did not help. Just clear resistance. That's probably what added to the extra sell-off today. If you compare it to other senior stocks like Barrick Gold, for example, nowhere near hitting its support down here at 17.3. We're all the way up there. Uh, resistance. Oh God, it's hard to call where resistance is here. That's hard to call. Okay, I'll just call today's high as resistance. And you can see We're nowhere near like Newmont is kind of like here at the moment, 17.6 if you make a relative comparison. But yeah, if you have an up day, I think straight away you're above 18.5-ish, and that's looking very good. Like a two up days and you're like above 19. So Barrett Gold looks good. But yeah, those are the resistance and support zones. I'd look at Agnico Eagle. It just looks so strong. Just sideways. Like what today we were down crazy. Okay, we'll have a bit of a red day, but nothing much. Down not even 2%. It's basically the same thing for the last couple of weeks. Ignore this big candle, which is actually a very good candle. Just gone sideways around 97. So it's just waiting. Everyone done? Sell off finish? Okay, bam, straight above 102 and up it runs. Agnico Eagle, perfect. Pan America, I added Pan America today because I know that one's super strong too, especially for a silver stock. When it was down here, 23 point something, forgot. Maybe even where it is, a bit lower, same thing. Just added. I really did very little adding today because I was a little scared. You know, when it's down so much that you actually don't want to buy. It was one of those days for me. I was looking across the all of the stocks. I think I bought four or five, but they were such light nibbles because I don't know what to expect tomorrow. And I don't have as much sidelines as I thought I should because I went into Tesla like an idiot. And I was adding, uh, where's my Tesla average? Where's Tesla now? 2.2. I think my average is like 270. Wow, that's quite off now. But anyway, and I added a little some of the blue chip stocks, believe it or not, which takes ammunition away from the miners. So I just didn't want to add just yet in case the sell-off accelerates. And I want to have a lot of money if we really go down, because then I can really, pack a nice punch for the move up. So it was small nibbles. But Pan America I bought down here. For me, as you can see, 23 is support. I thought we were getting pretty close. That's why I nibbled. Then we have the gap fill. We're closing quite low, close to support. But this is a silver stock, unlike the gold stocks we were looking at. And to be honest, you look at any of the other silver stocks, they're way lower. And Pan America has a very good business. I feel like a couple of months from now, we're at 30. So I thought, yeah, I prefer to put my money in a senior, dependable stock compared to some of these more junior ones, the First Majestics and all that. So I added there. Resistance, yeah, let's call it 25 for now, maybe a bit higher. Might as well put that line in. I mean, the real resistance is 26. You know what? I'll leave it as it is. Support at 23, resistance at 26, and you got this little gap fill. We'll see. Maybe if there's another move lower, it might even gap fill, but I won't be buying that. That's too close to my original buy. I'd probably buy a bigger move lower. Wheaton, like Agnico, yes, it was down. Technically, it was down, but that's almost a green day if you ask me. For the kind of day we had, it's just waiting. So if we have another sell-off, oh, okay, we'll go down to 68. Oh, okay, we'll go down to 66 point whatever, 7. But that would take a big drop. It's basically just waiting for the all green to make new highs and run. Pretty much go towards 100. Franco Nevada, this one has really been impressive. Oh, it closed red, did it? Basically had a green day. I thought it was green. In the end, it actually went red, but okay, there's resistance here. I've identified the horizontal and the descending. It does actually surprise me that it got to 148 so easily, especially on a red day, but it had good earnings or something. So I said it many times. It's funny how a chart coincides with news. Uh, if it was a normal day, we'd probably be above 150 today, but the party has been postponed because of everything that went on. But it was a very good day for Franco Nevada, if you ask me. I'm not buying, I'm not selling, I'm just holding. I've already nibbled out on the way up here. So for me, the next sell is like 160. I think if you have a market goes green lights, it'll basically run to 160, and it's probably time to pop that little 160 in because that'll be the next place I sell. I think. Don't see why I would sell before that, but very good day. Metalla, Jesus Christ. I mean, down kind of average percent, what you would expect on a day like today. Horrible candle on Friday, so it probably should have been down more. Support is 250. Clearly, it should get there. I mean, I almost tempted to say, even if it's a green day tomorrow, it's probably healthy if it does get there and then bounces and closes at 260 or something like that. But the chart is ugly. Momentum's not good. and 250 seems almost inevitable. And after that, 230, I'm certainly not adding this. Even at 250, I'm not adding. This is one that I'll sell on the pop. And by the way, across the board, if we have a nice day tomorrow, I'm trimming. Like I had my cells up here, looking at Friday, I'm gonna move them down like half a level. If we have, for example, pick one like Mag Silver up 7% trimming, EXK up 8% trimming. Kaneko, you don't sell a Kaneko. Newmont up 5%, a little trim. Uh, the ones that are not extremely strong, yeah, anything that's not extremely strong, I'm probably going to trim if it's a good enough percentage, just across the board trim because this market's a bit crazy and I feel like you could have a down day any day almost without reason. I don't even know what the reason was today, actually. I'm not too sure. I saw one or two reasons, but it's not obvious. Market just want to go down. But yeah, those are your support levels for Metallic. I'm not even looking at resistance. Resistance probably 290, but it's not going there, is it? All right, let's look at the silver stocks. Yeah, First Majestic had a really good close on Friday, down 6%. To be honest, the silver stocks were down a lot. A lot of them were down a lot. And they underperformed, at least the ones I hold. A lot of the stocks underperformed SILJ, and silver was down not that much at all. So I mean, it's because the stock market was down, but still, since First Majestic made a nice move, this big sell-off means it's only middle of the road, so it's acceptable. And you know what? If you have a good pump tomorrow, again, I would probably sell a tiny bit of 579, which I think I've already done. I think $6. I'm not sure if I'd sell First Majestic actually. I would make sure it's worth a certain amount, like 3K actually. Um, but if you have a nice day tomorrow, it could end up looking bullish very quickly. But can you trust the market to go up 2 days in a row? Huh. I need to think about what I'm going to do. But I see 580 is mini resistance. I've already trimmed there. $6. It's every 20-cent increment after that. Remember, $6, 620. And then you got this big move to 680. But I don't think I would sell First Majestic. Support is down here, 520, just below 520. All right, next one. I don't want to spend too long ranting. Fortuna, which had an amazing last 2 days. Earnings makes sense. It didn't go too down too much, down 3.5%. That's okay after a big move, although it gave back some of it on Friday. And after a big move down today in the general markets, that's okay. I think it just sort of stabilizes. I feel like 460 could be support around there. Curl, go back up, basically make your way towards 540. I got 540 on the upside. Absolute downside 420. We are not going there because we just had good news. You can't go back down there unless you've got the most volcanic of downtrends in the general market. Then maybe after 2, 3 days, but I think it will stabilize around 460 if we even do go down. But this is more likely to go up to 540. So Fortuna very good. CDE. I used to love it. I still do. I still love it. Down it went. Nice bounce. I traded it a bit. Today went down. Oh yeah, I bought some today. Mm, 509. I kind of the same time I bought Pan America. It's the same price as where it is now, to be honest. It was down basically 9%. And when I bought it down 9%, 8% at the close. Um, not the best chart because we went all the way down. We bounced. The bounce is over. Now we're going back down. You could flush to new lows. I got support here, 490, and then under that 460. I just feel like it's come down a lot. I like the stock. The bad news is priced in, the merger, I think, whatever. And now, I don't know, I can see this thing going back up to 7 in a few weeks. And basically, I bought back what I sold. So just little in and out, but very light buying because it was very light selling. And I'm just cautious on this one because it's near the lower side. And if there's another market sell off, it will go down. And 460 is next. Heckler down 5%, not as much as CDE. Another one that's, I want to get rid of these middle of the road lines. It's really upside resistance 560, downside support 490, and right now it's in the middle. You know what? I need to make sure it's CDE. I do the same thing. Oh no, I did do the same thing. Okay. So yeah, that's it for Heckler. Let's see what happens. If we have another down move, it's back to 490. If we go lower, then I'll probably just move my thing lower down here because 480 really is the last line in the sand. I'll just sort of leave it here in between the two, between 490 and 480. Yeah, you know, I'll leave it at 480 or 483 it is. Yeah, let's see. If we go down again, oof, 440, it can happen for sure. It can happen. EXK, that one did okay. Didn't come down much, but nice, perfect candle last week, and then we just sort of hovered sideways. Here's your middle of the road line. That's time to be deleted because we are volatile. We can make this journey quickly between the top side and the bottom side. So support I've got around 350, resistance for let's say 410, and you've got this little support platform just below at 340. Um, yeah, that's your buy zone, but don't feel like buying EXK. It hasn't moved too much in either direction. Just see what happens. Didn't buy EXK today. Mag Silver flush to new lows. That's interesting. That is now your support. The low of today. Um, I've got support down here, 1330, just in case. There's probably a little stop off here at 1350, but I can't be bothered. It's a volatile market. Upside, this is probably your real resistance, 1550. You've got a couple of candles there which failed. And then 16 bucks. Well, I see why I left it at 16, but after today, I move it down. And that's what I mean. If you have one or two strong days, I think I'd be selling, 1538 out. There's no way we go all the way up. The market will come back down again because the market's changed. Instead of buy the dip, it's sell the rip. For me, it's a different kind of momentum. It's a bit late to say that maybe, but it's better to change your strategy. For me, it's sell the pops, but I like the mining stocks long term, so I'm not going to sell a little pop. It's going to have to be a big one where I think, no, 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 it's going to come down 5% now after this. We need to retest, lows, and then I'll buy back what I sold. That's your Mag Silver, and then underneath that, yeah, 1330. All right, that'll do with the silver stocks. Next one is Aris Mining. No, that's wrong. Yeah, what the hell? Okay, Aris Mining. Yeah, resistance 410 proved also on Friday. Down, we go middle of the road, like many. Support down here, three sort of six, 355, 365 is fine. 355, 410, middle of the road, leave it. Leave it. Let's see what tomorrow brings. And if tomorrow's another big day, either we go down all the way and test support, or we go up and test resistance, but maybe not real resistance. Probably this one at 4 will be resistance. So don't be surprised if I sell before what I've got up here as upside. If we have a nice 5-6% move and we're testing $4, I'm trimming at 399. No problem. I am gold. I did buy because of where it is here. We made new lows and we're testing a little support. So I bought this at mm, I'm getting confused between this one and the other one. This one and CDE. I feel like they got the same stock price, right? 506, 510. Did I buy them both? Yeah, I'm getting confused, but whatever, probably the same price. Basically, I bought this near the lows. That's when I started to buy. Because we had this nice bounce and we didn't retest the lows. Yeah, that's it. This I'm gonna delete and I'll keep it a nice big range. So resistance on the way up 570. It's probably gonna be 560. And then 5. That's a big move. Big distance between those two. Um, yeah, that's it. If we lose this support I got down here, pre-gap fill, then you got this little gap fill, 460, but I don't see us going down there. Even on a big market drop, I think that'd be too much for I am gold. I don't know. B2 gold, this one I'm just holding no matter what for a while. You know what I mean? If it goes down, if it goes up, it has to be like 340s before the next trim, maybe over here. But so this one, no surprise, I just did nothing. I'm going to leave this as support because we closed within it and it was the low down here rather than 256. So I'll leave it as it is. That's your mini resistance, mini support in the immediate term. If we go lower, I'm not sure where your support is actually. I'll extend this, but it's not that obvious that that would be support. It's just because of these two zones. Otherwise, your real support is there at 220, but I don't see that happening. Should be pretty strong down here, this one. I mean, on bad news, it went up, so and it had recently good news, I think. So this one, let's see. Let's see. I'm in no hurry with that one. Equinox, I also bought. So it was like, what was it? It was Pan America, CDE, IM Gold, Equinox, and I think that might be it. And some Tesla, 221 gap fill. Okay, Equinox I bought because it was down quite a bit, and also because it was near support, and it wasn't worth as much as I think it should. I wanted it to be worth 4K basically. It was worth 3.5, so I just added what I need to get it to 4K. Plus, it was at support. I just feel like now that the news is priced in, what was it, Caliber Mining? Now it's probably going to go up, and in 1 or 2 years or a couple of months from now, it's probably at nine because it's going to be a monstrous company in my opinion. So I bought it the lows. I forgot where, probably 620 something. That's it. Very happy with that. If we go lower, you can see the next support is 560. I have no problem if it goes there. It'd be a bit annoying, but I'll probably add again. This is a good one. Resistance, yeah, around 660. And who knows, tomorrow, if we have a nice bounce day, and that could really happen. I mean, I hate to cover all angles, so I'm right no matter what happens, but I can see either a strong up day or a strong down day. I don't see a weak day. I see sell-off panic or a total bounce from everything that happened today. And all these stocks you hear, you see like plus 6, 7, 8%. And then the next day everyone's like, yeah, the bottom is in, and then it goes up again. You could have this 2 day bounce, but I only see if there's a drop, 1 day drop. I don't see 2 days. I don't know. I don't think the market's ready for 2 days of that. Okay, SSRM. Yeah, backed basically where I sold it. Around 950, that's your support. I think that proved itself again today. If we go lower, I got $9. You also have ascending support coming in. So even if it dips below nine, you probably got this strong bounce just underneath nine. Otherwise, it's going to hold where it is. If you have a bounce, I have resistance around just before, go on, move it down after what happened 1030. I would actually be selling here. I'll leave resistance at 1050 because that's actually where it is. It does go higher, but it never closes. But I would actually be selling at like 1029 probably if I really wanted to get out and I take advantage of a nice strong bounce. Finally, SBSW, that's not bad. Normally this one would be slaughtered on a day like today, but it closed like halfway off its lows. I feel like it's just gonna hit its head on this ceiling, this descending, and then bam, start testing 410 and basically continuing. So SBSW, I think, is pretty impressive today. That'll do. Crazy day. Let's see what happens. I was a little cautious slash scared today because I didn't understand why the drop. I was a bit surprised some of the stocks going down as much as they did. And I've switched from sell the pops instead of buy the. Okay, I did buy a bit of the dip, but so minimal that it doesn't really count. If we have a strong update tomorrow, I'm trimming. If we have another strong day, I'm trimming. I need to cut how much I've got. I do not have enough on the sidelines. That goes also for some of the mainstream stocks I hold. I'm a bit in too much. I just want to trim. I want to have that large amount on the sidelines where I earn interest. I used to have that. I missed that. Where if nothing happens, fine. I earn good interest, like 5% or something at Interactive Brokers. And in case there's because I want to look forward to this kind of day. This today I got hurt, and I prefer to get a little bit hurt, but just enjoy it because I have so much on the sidelines rather than, I mean, I still got a decent amount, but instead of just feeling like I'm too much in, and I felt a bit exposed. Didn't like that. So I hope that we bounce tomorrow, and I hope to trim. There'll be lots of sells if there's a big bounce. If we go down, I'm gonna have to choose which stocks and where. If especially if it's a big move down, I will enter again because I know long term the thesis has not changed. And I'll go through everything tomorrow. All right, good luck.